was an exciting first new week to the brand new season. Banele, we saw plenty of upsets in the MTN quarterfinals, most notably Mamelodi Sundowns, of course, in that repeated the Nedbank Cup finals. Bloemfontein Celtic obviously knocked them out. Chiefs got through in the end against Mamelodi United, and of course, Orlando Pirates got through against Cape Town City. So, what have you made of the first? Well, give us a recap on what happened this past weekend.
Look, firstly, Jesse, I mean, Mamelodi Sundowns lost, but I'd say this. I think Sundowns, for me, they played better than Pirates, even though Pirates won. Sundowns played better than Chiefs. So going into this round of fixtures, I think Chiefs should be more worried about Mamelodi Sundowns, even though Chiefs were on the winning end, but Mamelodi Sundowns were on the losing end. I know players like Abo, Jürgen Sessman, they were getting men of the matches and things like that. But for me, how he played, especially in the first half, I wasn't convinced. I think Musiamedi and the others, they were absolutely tearing him.
Was on fire.
Exactly, they were tearing him apart. And yeah, Pirates also, I was confused with the lineup. I mean, 4 debuts on the first day. You finished off the season with 3 wins on the bounce, and then already on match 1, you're changing you're making so many changes. So it puts a lot of question marks on Zimbabwe's team. So it will be interesting to see how these teams come up this weekend.
You did mention this weekend, obviously the DStv Premiership kicks off. We've got that headline act between Kaizer Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns, last season's title rivals. What can we expect there?
Yeah, look, I mean, I think it's a good omen for Mamelodi Sundowns. The last time they played Kaizer Chiefs was last season. That game finished 1-1 with Ramahlo Mphahlele scoring the opener and Nascimento cancelling him out with the penalty. And Sundowns went on to win the league
Was that after the Shell Helix Cup, if I'm not mistaken? Or am I?
No, I think
was that the season before?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not. No, it was actually after the Shell Helix Cup. Yes, it was. It finished 1-1. So yeah, Sundowns went on to win the league. But I stand to be corrected.
Good omen there for them.
Yeah, it's a good omen. So I'm sure they'd love that. I mean, take 1-1 against Kaizer Chiefs, go on and win the league.
I mean, if let's say it does in a 1-1 draw, who do you think will be the unluckier team? I mean, obviously Kevin Hunt's his hands tied behind his backs, as we've already touched on. Yeah. Mamelodi Sundowns with all their new recruits, new management. Who would feel like they've dropped 2 points in that game?
I think I'd say it's Mamelodi Sundowns. I mean, you can ask any Sundowns fan, how would you like...
There'll be confidence against this Chiefs.
Exactly. How would you like to play Kaizer Chiefs? I mean, without Samir Nukovic, that's a big plus on your side. Game 1, you don't have any injuries. You've got new signings. Kaizer Chiefs don't have any new faces from the last season. So I think... you'd say Sundowns will be quite confident into the game, and I think they played very well against the Celtic. They were just unlucky hitting the bar, and I mean, goalkeeper was man of the match for a reason.
You know what I don't like personally in Sundowns is when they conceded, it just looked like all hope was lost, and I don't really like to back teams the following game after that, because when teams like that concede, they just tend to lose hope and their spirits just get dejected. So for me, I think Chiefs could get a draw.
Set piece and Chiefs and set pieces, we know how they are.
I mean, they really are. I mean, Sussman with the double on the weekend. So obviously, DStv Premiership does continue. AmaZulu, they made some impressive signings. What have you made of it?
Yeah, I think a player like Amigo Memela, I know is 33, but I mean, he's going to improve the team. Yeah, he's going to improve the team a lot. If he doesn't get any injuries, I think there'll be more assists for a player like Ubongintuli. I mean, last season he was literally their main scorer, but yeah, with Umemela coming behind you, I'm sure he's certain of more goals. So yeah, I think it will be exciting to see players like Abosi Tebe now will be surrounded with quality. So players like Abu Maduna, also youngsters that are up and coming, they'll be surrounded with quality. I mean, if you've got Abo Mulenga and Amigo coming, assisting you and providing you as Ubongintuli, I mean, you must be buzzing at the moment. So yeah, they've made some good signings, and they've also signed Siphiwe Tshabalala, Ushaba. I think that one was more of a marketing kind of like signing, like what the MLS do, where they just like
bring in those big name players.
Just to get the club and get the people. Someone that's just gonna have that who's like a fan favorite, like David Beckham kind of like. So he's not like signed to like play and improve the team, but it's just somebody who's gonna bring in that fan base and team spirit and all of that. So I think it was a good signing also.
From the first week, I mean, we obviously saw Chakuma against SuperSport United in that second half.
Horrible.
Well, in the second half, I think they looked quite impressive against SuperSport actually. So is something like that something we can expect throughout the season? I mean, some surprises. I mean, we all expected Chakuma to be rolled over like 3-4-0 actually. So with TS Galaxy playing, Swallows playing this weekend, can we expect something from the new boys?
Yeah, look, firstly, it depends on the angle you look at it. It's either you are very impressed with the SuperSport, TTM in the second half, or you were very disappointed with SuperSport. So I was obviously disappointed with the SuperSport. And football is a game of 90 minutes. It needs you to be concentrated for full 90 minutes or else you'll be punished. But yeah, after the first 13 minutes, it was 3-0. TTM were nowhere to be seen. After that, SuperSport switched off gears. So they did show us that they're professionals at the end of the day. If you're going to undermine them and switch off, they'll punish you. And that's exactly what they did.
And it did take a moment of brilliance from Nagel. That strike, it was superb.
Exactly. So yeah, they can pull up something like that. So this is a message to TX Galaxy. They need to be concentrated throughout the game, and they need to be serious. And then, TTM is beatable, whatever that's happening there in the club. If you're serious about beating them, you should beat them.
Quick one, who do you fancy in that side?
I think I'll go for TX Galaxy. There's so much value. I cannot back TTM against anyone in the league, literally anyone in the league. In this current state. Yeah, exactly. As long as they're still like this, I'm not going to back TTM.
And then last one, to just put you on the spot. I know it's early and we love to do this at the beginning of every season. Who's winning the league?
It's a tough one. Look, it's a tough one. I know everyone is saying Mamelodi Sundowns. If Upito was there, I was going to say Mamelodi Sundowns. But without him, there's going to be that doubt. So Kaizer Chiefs, they can't sign, so they're obviously out of the league title. And you're looking at a person like who's in power, good acquisitions, and he's got like his team very well. He's been in charge of Orlando Pirates for 16 games now, winning 11. So I think that's quite very impressive stats. That's quite impressive. But yeah, is it what do you call it? A new manager bounce. We saw it with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Is it that? We don't know. But yeah, I'll go for a dark horse and say SuperSport United. Ukaitano Tembo, this is his third, if not fourth season at the club. He's kept most of their players, Abomukwena, Abombule, your Crobblers and all of that. And last season, they finished off the season well. So because of that, I think SuperSport and Pirates will be fighting it out. I'm not 100% sure between Sundowns, between Pirates and SuperSport, but I'll go for the two teams to be fighting it out. That's just my wild card.
Well, it's obviously going to be the first time in many years both clubs have won the league. But interesting thoughts. Personally, I think Pirates will win the league.
It's theirs to lose.
Looking at Sundowns and how Chiefs have both, with the new coaches and how it's almost like a rebuilding phase for both clubs. I think it's now sets up for Orlando Pirates to win the league. And in SuperSports, I'm not that confident. I know that second half highlighted their problems as well. Complacency. I think they just thought they Barcelona for a second and thought the game was won at 3-0. So there's still that has to come into play. But it's going to be an interesting season. Until next week, don't forget to leave your comments below and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Cheers.
For more soccer betting tips and previews, get the latest copy of Soccer Betting News for only 10 Rand at your nearest Hollywood Best branch or news.